Battleship for All, Building a Star Empire from the Raft Chapter 1 Rebirth and Return. Mom, Xiao Xiao is so hungry, Xiaoxiao's body hurts, Xiao Xiao wants to eat egg pancakes. Little boy, I can only eat steamed buns soaked in sugar water this morning. After my mother gets paid in 2 days, I will buy egg pancakes for Xiao Xiao, okay? Well, okay, I'll buy one for my dad, too. Dad likes to eat egg pancakes. The faint voice of the conversation continued to pass into the airs. The frigate was bombed, and Qin Tian himself sank to the bottom of the sea to feed the fish, and sat up from the bed in shock. This voice. Is it the voice of his wife and daughter? Am I not dead? Etc. Qin Tian touched his body. Then I looked around at the old, but clean and tidy household items all around. His eyes widened instantly. This is myself. Reborn. Reborn back before traveling through World of Warships. He hastily raised his right hand and looked at the back of his hand. Sure enough, a lifelike battleship pattern was engraved on it. This convinced him that the 3 years he had experienced in World of Warships was not a dream, but something that actually happened. The battleship pattern was not his own tattoo. It is the channel key bestowed by the will of the planet. 3 years ago, the world has been invaded by alien civilizations. Although human beings rose up to resist. However, the lethality of ordinary thermal weapons is too small. Nuclear weapons and powerful missiles have caused too much damage to their homeland. So just over 3 months, the tens of billions of people in the world were captured and slaughtered by alien creatures, and there are only less than 4 billion people left. Survived by luck. Most of them suffered from nuclear radiation and the harsh living environment. Just when everyone was desperately preparing for the final moment, the blue star planet will wake up. It has opened a passage to the evolutionary world for human beings. Only those who have been given the key by the will of the planet can enter the world of warships to start their own evolutionary journey. And this key is the battleship imprint on the back of Qin Tian's hand. The world calls such people the chosen one or the chosen captain. The one who becomes the chosen one. After entering World of Warships, you can bind 3 relatives in the real world to enjoy the power of your own battleship in World of Warships. And such people are called gods. It is precisely because of the existence of these gods. Only then did human beings have the power to rival alien creatures. Avoided the catastrophe of genocide. It's just that the worries of foreign enemies have been alleviated. But the large-scale nuclear explosion had already destroyed the ecological environment of Blue Star. Toxic gases in the air made the vast majority of ordinary people suffer from various diseases. Qin Tian's wife Mu Ningxiu and daughter Qin Xiaoxiao are one of them. Maybe it's because of being transported to this parallel world. Qin Tian has a body immune to nuclear radiation. But his wife of 6 years and their 3-year-old daughter are not immune to bad luck. If it weren't for Qin Tian being a time traveler, with his mind and ability, he became a department manager of a certain size in a company. I can get more than 5,000 wages a month to buy some common medicines for the 2 of them. I am afraid that the symptoms of the mother and daughter will be more serious. Even though he became the chosen one in the previous life, he also bound the mother and daughter. But with his mediocre awakening talent, he didn't do very well in it. The island was not captured, and the Stargate was built. Naturally, there is no way to get in touch with the outside world. So until he died, he didn't know how the mother and daughter were doing outside. Think here. Qin Tian got out of bed immediately. Old and tattered slippers went out. Dad. As soon as he left the bedroom, a little girl with thinning hair and a sallow complexion, but still very cute, ran over happily. Wake up, why don't you sleep more? Beside the coffee table, the slender Mu Ningxiu also stood up, and said to him in a gentle voice, hurry up and have dinner, Xiao Xiao is almost late for school. Although Mu Ningxiu's family background is ordinary, her appearance and figure are excellent. Before aliens invaded Blue Star, she is recognized as the #1 beauty without makeup among the hundreds of employees in the company. The suitors are unknown. Even the son of their company boss has a lot of thoughts about her. But such a radiant beauty. Now he is also haggard from the pain. Only 1/3 of the original black and thick waist-length hair had fallen out. Obviously only 27 or 8 years old. But it gives people a feeling of 30 or 40, old people. Qin Tian suppressed the excitement in his heart to see the mother and daughter again. With a sour heart, he hugged Qin Xiaoxiao, who only weighed about 10 kilograms. Then he stroked her little grass-like hair and said, "Xiaoxiao, do you want to grow back the hair on your head with your mother? I think, I want to see my mother's waist-length hair before." The little girl said it without thinking. "What are you talking about?" Muningxiu melted sugar water in a large bowl. Breaking off 2 white steamed buns and putting them in a bowl, he said, "Eat quickly, after you finish eating, send Xiaoxiao to school, I'm going to be late for work soon." It can be clearly seen. A trace of longing and loneliness flashed in her eyes. Which woman doesn't want to keep her youthful and glamorous forever? But now, she's just a poor woman lingering in the wasteland world. And people like her. Their companies grabbed a lot of them. Qin Tian walked over. He held her somewhat rough hand and said, "Ning Shui, you won't have to go to work from now on." Muningxiu gave her man a white look, and said angrily, "What nonsense are you talking about? Your salary is used to buy medicine for our mother and I. If I don't go to work, what shall we eat and drink in the future?" Qin Tian revealed the Battleship imprint on the back of his hand. He smiled and said, "Congratulations, from tomorrow onwards, you will be a glorious God's blessed one." When seeing the lifelike Battleship imprint on the back of Qin Tian's hand, Muningxiu and Qin Xiaoxiao were all stunned. "How come?" Muningxiu grabbed Qin Tian's hand. "Doesn't that mean we can't be together anymore?" Her face was full of reluctance and worry. "Father, Xiaoxiao misses you." Qin Xiaoxiao also hugged Qin Tian's neck with tears in her eyes. Qin Tian touched the little girl's head and said, "The most urgent thing now is to cure you, and your mother's illness is the most important thing." Then he squeezed Muningxiu's hand and said, "And whoever said that I won't see you in the future? When I find an island in World of Warships and build a Stargate, you and Xiaoxiao can freely enter World of Warships and reunite with me." Hear Qin Tian's words. Muningxiu couldn't help but let out a long sigh. That's easy to say. But reality is not so easy. It has been more than 2 years since Blue Star will opened World of Warships. There are only a handful of God's chosen who can occupy islands in 97% of the ocean area. Moreover, the chosen ones of the Yanlong Empire did not know what kind of offense they committed in the past 2 years. Most of the random talents that go in are not very high. Only very few can awaken B-level or A-level talents. So, the Yanlong Empire was called the land of God's punishment and the land of cursing by the lighthouse and other foreign powers. This time of year, 24,000 God's chosen entered the Yanlong Empire. But less than half are alive now. Certainly, talent is one aspect. The most important thing is the treacherous and deadly climate in World of Warships and the malicious suppression and hunting of foreign devils. So inside, a little carelessness is a shipwreck. If possible, she really didn't want her man to enter it for survival challenges. Chapter 2 Regain Hope, S-level talent. As for occupying an island in this context, that's almost impossible. It is as difficult as climbing to the sky. Opening her arms, she hugged tightly the man who had never left her when her life was at its lowest and darkest. Muningxiu didn't hit her man's confidence. He just nodded firmly and said, "Promise me, you must live a good life." Qin Tian touched her face with a smile, and said, "Of course, I want to make you mother and daughter the most enviable man in the world." This day, Muningxiu and Qin Xiaoxiao both asked for leave. Spend a good day with Qin Tian. 8 o'clock the next morning. In the reluctance of Mu Ningxiu and Qin Xiaoxiao crying pear blossoms with rain. Qin Tian disappeared directly in front of their mother and daughter. Mom, will there be no father after I was young? Qin Xiaoxiao, who was only 3 years old, watched Qin Tian disappear, crying out of breath. How could be? Mu Ningxiu hugged her daughter tightly, tears welling up in her eyes. Dad worked hard in World of Warships to treat our diseases and make money. It won't be long before Xiaoxiao's hair will grow back, and Xiaoxiao will be able to eat the egg pancakes she wants every day. But, I want Dad. Little boy, we can also watch Dad from the time-space live broadcast. As Mu Ningxiu said, her thoughts moved. In front of her and Qin Xiaoxiao, a large virtual screen of more than 1 meter appeared. In the default Yanlong Empire region. Mu Ningxiu directly chose the newcomer. Then scrolled down one by one. Finally, after pulling down an unknown number of lines. Finally, he saw Qin Tian's thick-haired handsome head. Mom, it's Dad. It's Dad. Qin Xiaoxiao also saw Qin Tian's profile picture, and shouted happily. Mu Ningxiu nodded with a smile. Then with a thought, he entered the live broadcast room. At this time, there were already more than 30 people watching in Qin Tian's live broadcast room. In the chat channel, 1 or 2 sparse bullet screens pop up from time to time. This rookie anchor is quite handsome, with such thick hair, he must be a son of some big family. I don't know, but this time World of Warships has not lost newcomers. I counted, and our Yanlong Empire alone has almost 5,000 newcomers this time. Hey, what's the use of having too many people? Do we need more people now? What we need now is quality. Indeed, if there are not a few new God-chosen ones who are well approved, our empire will not have many God-chosen ones to use. Sigh, I really don't know why the chosen ones of the Yanlong Empire haven't been able to awaken the third-class talent in the past 2 years, and even Asan from the Xindu Empire next door has risen up 2 strong S-level talents in the past 2 years. Let's not talk about S-level, it's just that A-level has not been successfully raised in the past 2 years. The grandchildren of the Eurasian Federation are too wicked, and they are targeting our empire to the death. Heaven and earth, I would like to exchange Wang Wei's 40 years of being single for 10 A-level talents from these 5,000 God-chosen. It's small, the structure is small, I would like to trade Ma Mingfei's single lifetime for an S-level talent. Mu Ningxiu casually glanced at the content of these chats. Then he focused all his eyes on Qin Tian. At this moment Qin Tian is closing his eyes. Lying on a simple raft, drifting aimlessly in the ocean. Welcome to World of Warships suddenly. A majestic voice sounded. All the rookies, including Qin Tian, opened their eyes at this moment. Just listen to the majestic voice continue to speak. Foreign enemies have invaded, Blue Star is in danger here, you will start your own evolution path. It's a stepping stone for others to lose sight of everyone. It is still a sudden and immortal achievement, and it is on the top of the universe. Everything is in your efforts. The Nova Sea territory is only open for 1 month, please strengthen and upgrade yourself as soon as possible during this month. Now, we will start binding your relatives, please meditate on the appearance and name of the person who needs to be bound in your heart. The limit is 3 people. Hear the voice. Qin Tian came back to his senses. Immediately sat up and began to meditate on the appearance and names of Mu Ningxiu and Qin Xiaoxiao. Read the information of Mu Ningxiu and Qin Xiaoxiao, ask if the chosen one confirms the binding. Confirm. The binding is successful, please upgrade your ship as soon as possible. The power of your ship will directly affect the strength of the binding person. It fell with a magnificent voice. In a simple room with 1 bedroom and 1 living room outside. Mu Ningxiu and Qin Xiaoxiao suddenly had a crude raft mark on their foreheads. This is the source of power for the favored ones. This raft mark will increase as Qin Tian upgrades the ship's level. The moment when the imprint appears, Mu Ningxiu and Qin Xiaoxiao felt a sudden warm current in their bodies. After this warm current swims through the whole body. The unspeakably painful pain that had been tormenting the two of them was relieved a little at this moment. The talent of God's chosen is awakening now. May I ask whether it is awakening or not awaken? Qin Tian took a deep breath and nodded. It's about to start. I'm so nervous. I hope the anchor can awaken a high-level talent. Indeed, watching the anchor awaken, I feel more nervous than my own awakening talent. Don't get your hopes up too much. My wife and son were watching the awakening of other God's chosen ones, and it turned out that all of them were F rank. Oh, me too. My 7 aunts and 8 aunts came to our house for dinner today, and they are all watching the live broadcast at the moment. As a result, there are more than a dozen God chosen, and only one God chosen has awakened the E-level talent to fight, and the rest are it's an F grade. Trough, is this wave of my Yanlong Empire going to be cold again? In the live broadcast room, the 30 and 40 people all felt chilled. When Muningxiu kept praying secretly. In the world of warships, a white beam of light suddenly descended from the blue sky. The beam of light is connected to the top of Qin Tian's head. Tong Tian consistently. This made him clenched his fists involuntarily. In his last life, he awakened the D-level talent aiming. It can increase the hit rate by 20%. I don't know if I can make progress again in this life. Boom! At this time, the beam of light above Qin Tian's head suddenly began to surge and change color. In the end, it directly turned into a bright golden color. The magnificent voice of Lan Xing's will also sounded. Congratulations to God's chosen Qin Tian for awakening the only S-level talent must be hit. Oh my God! This moment, there was an instant explosion in Qin Tian's live broadcast room. The more than 30 people who had not had much hope for Qin Tian just now all opened their eyes wide in astonishment. Excited to start yelling. Niubeo. S-class. It's actually S-rank. Diao diao diao, is my Yanlong Empire finally going to break the curse and rise again? The only S-level talent must hit. I can already imagine how miserable the anchor's enemy will end up in a naval battle with the anchor in the future. Ha ha ha, this is so cool. Sending the other party away with one shot is called kindness. Already followed. I won't watch other anchors in the future, just watch Qin Tian's. Not to mention the audience in the live broadcast room. Even Muningxiu hugged her daughter excitedly. That's great, it's actually the only talent at S-class. Xiao Xiao, maybe we can really enter the world of warships and live with Dad in the future. Muningxiu was helpless and at a loss from the beginning. After Qin Tian awakened this S-level talent, he couldn't help feeling a little more hopeful. Chapter 3 SSS level talent, shocking the world. And in world of warships. Hear the broadcast of Blue Star's will. Qin Tian also waved his fist involuntarily. The only talent at S level must hit. It is actually 4 levels higher than the D level aiming in the previous life. This was really beyond his expectation. Huh? Haven't you already awakened? Why hasn't the beam of light above your head disappeared? Just when Qin Tian unconsciously raised his head and wanted to sigh. As a result, when he looked up, he found that the beam of light connected to his Tianling cap was still there. Not only in. And it fluctuated more and more violently. This made Qin Tian stand up involuntarily. What's happening here? Why is the awakening light pillar still there? Is it still awakening? Double awakening? Oh my God. Oh my God. No. If it's double awakening, wouldn't the anchor be going to heaven? Just when everyone was discussing in the live broadcast room, the beam of light above Qin Tian's head suddenly expanded greatly. Then the golden beam of light turned into a colorful beam of colorful light. Immediately afterwards, the majestic voice of Blue Star's will sounded again. Congratulations to God's chosen Qin Tian for awakening the only SSS level talent of divine detection in an instant. The chat channel that was lively just now became dead silent in an instant. Then 5 or 6 seconds passed. The chat channel in the live broadcast room, which had already risen to more than 50 people, suddenly began to burst into bullet screens. FK, really dual talents? And it's still at the SSS level. I kneel down. My mother asked me why I watched the live broadcast on my knees, and I said that there are gods in our empire. This is too great, the only talent at SSS level, and the only talent at S level. This is indeed the rhythm of becoming a god. Dick. Even if my Yanlong Empire is a land of punishment, so what if it is a land of curse? With my god of Qin's talent, once I grow up, won't I be better than hundreds of A-level gods chosen? Anchor Niubi, I want to give birth to a monkey for the anchor. Gunku upstairs, God Qin is mine. I really envy those who are favored by God Qin, and I don't know who is so lucky to be bound by God Qin. With the awakening of these two heaven-defying talents, Qin Tian. The people in the live broadcast room were immediately excited. Call friends. Soon the number of people watching in the live broadcast room rose to more than 1,000 people. Seeing these are all words of envy and praise. Muningxiu was also honored for a while. She didn't expect her man's luck to be so against the sky. Directly double top talents. This is second to none even among the first few generations of gods chosen. And at this moment, in World of Warships, Qin Tian was also a little startled when he heard the announcement of the will of the planet. Originally, he was very satisfied because of the only S-level talent must hit. He never expected to awaken the only SSS level talent detective technique. He felt like he was hugging the long legs of the goddess of luck. Uki flew straight into the sky. There are these two higher talents. He didn't upgrade the Raft to the ship class during the 1-month rookie period. He felt sorry for his time travel and rebirth. The ship evolution levels of World of Warships from low to high are, rafts, fishing boats, ships, frigates, destroyers, cruisers, battleships, and powerful aircraft carriers. Each warship is divided into 3 types, small, medium and large. He remembers his last life. In the middle of June next year, a newcomer to the Beacon Empire, the god of choice, upgraded his raft to a gunboat because of his luck during the novice period. Then the only hidden mission in the novice sea territory was triggered. Obtained an orange quality twin-mounted naval gun. It is relying on this formidable orange weapon. The newcomer of the Lighthouse Empire, the Chosen One, conquered an island in the 2nd year after he left. Then the latecomers catch up and develop and grow. Soon became the overlord of the World of Warships. He even remembered that someone in the World Chat channel said that the gods blessed one who was bound by the other party bombed 3 alien spaceships in the outside world. Qin Tian felt that with his talent, this achievement can be cut off in advance. After all, let your wife and daughter have this powerful power. Isn't it thousands of times better than letting those foreign devils in the Lighthouse Empire own it? Do whatever comes to mind. He didn't care about the dissipation of the colorful beam of light above his head. With the thought, Qin Tian opened his attribute panel. He needs to figure out the specific abilities of his 2 talents first. Captain, Qin Tian ship, raft, small, talent, must hit, only at S level, to perform 3 combos on the enemy. The hit rate of the first attack is 100%, the hit rate of the second attack is 80%, the hit rate of the third attack is 60%, the skill cooldown time is 3 seconds. Talent, Divine Detective Technique, only at SSS level, can detect the detailed information of all things within 30 nautical miles around ship. Skill, none ship equipment, none item, simple fishing net. When you read your own properties panel, Qin Tian can only use these 7 words to describe his mood: crazy, cool, and bombarding the sky. If I don't rise up in this life, that is simply unreasonable. Calm down. Qin Tian stood on the raft and looked around. Glittering on the vast expanse of sea. Only his raft was floating alone. The most urgent task now is to search for supplies as soon as possible. The climate of World of Warships is treacherous and changeable. Don't look at it as sunny and sunny now. Maybe it will be overcast and rainstorm will come in the afternoon. And these are just normal. In memory. There will be a rainstorm in 3 days. Then after a week of stabilization period. There will be 3 climate challenge stages of high heat, polar night, and cold successively in the Nava Sea area. Each stage lasts for 1 week. In his last life, he almost didn't survive the challenge of the cold stage. The bone-piercing wetness is the nightmare of all those who have not built a boat canopy and a stove. If he hadn't fished out a treasure chest at a critical moment, he opened the furnace blueprint from it. It is estimated that he could not escape the bad luck of being frozen to death. So Qin Tian didn't dare to waste time. Pick up the crude oars on the raft. I found a random direction and started paddling. Side row. He opened the chat panel of World of Warships. Anyway, idle is idle. Let's take a look at the situation of the other newly chosen gods chosen. WTF, I came in with my friend. My friend awakened A-level talents, but I awakened B-level talents. It's really fake. Boss, the B-level talent is very strong, well, I am pitiful, the awakened is the most trashy F-level talent. Brothers, is there a shark next to your raft? I started with 2 sharks on my side, God, they circled me. Yoxi, I never thought that I, Shinji Nakata, would become the god's chosen one. Let me, Shinji Nakata, reproduce the dream of the Sakura Empire's sea power. Damn it, I salvaged a big wooden barrel just now, and it actually contained 10 bottles of drinking water and 10 pieces of bread. Ahahaha, beautiful, I picked up a bronze treasure chest, and inside it is a green quality ship crossbow. Damn, awakening A-level talent again, and opening a bronze treasure chest, is it possible that the Lighthouse Empire will raise several super captains again this time? TMD, Jill, who is envious of my luck, turned purple. Lewis boss, can you lend me the crossbow first? I killed the 2 sharks around me, and I will share one with you then. Murphy Lewis, Saurui. I don't trust you, so you'd better figure it out yourself. Watch these chat conversations with real avatars. Qin Tian silently chose to close. Chapter 4 Correct Use of SSS Level Talents. It turns out there are still many lucky candidates. The bronze treasure chest was salvaged at the beginning. If he were to run into the Lighthouse Empire gods chosen equipped with a ship crossbow now, even if his awakened talent is against the sky, there is a high probability that it is impossible to escape the end of defeat and death. So, I still have to lick the bag quickly. Think here. The frequency of Qin Tian's paddling increased a bit. It's just been 4 or 5 nautical miles. Except for the sparkling sea water around. Still nothing else. This made Qin Tian's heart go cold. Could it be that his European energy awakening talent has been used up? Or is it that there are no material boxes in the sea area around him? It's not impossible. World of Warships is too vast. Sometimes it is normal to have no supplies within a radius of more than 10 nautical miles. It's just that this situation is not troublesome for ships and warships that use propellers for propulsion. But for newcomers who can only use wooden oars for rowing at this stage, it's a little deadly. Hey, that's right. How could I have forgotten my best golden finger talent? Supernatural detective technique, isn't it the magical skill that comes in handy at this time? Qin Tian slapped his forehead and thought. Supernatural detective technique can detect the detailed information of all things within 30 nautical miles around. Then the information of the material box should also be in it. Do whatever comes to mind. Qin Tian stood up straight and immediately activated his SSS level talent skill detective technique. Then before his eyes, a translucent virtual flat map emerges. In the middle is his own avatar icon, surrounded by 3 green barrel icons and 2 red shark icons. The map is simple and straightforward. It can be said to be clear at a glance. Qin Tian adjusted his direction. Swipe directly towards the barrel icon closest to him. The sky is blue, as clear as a blue. The raft sailed on the shimmering sea. Makes light waves. How much Qin Tian at this moment misses the frigate he evolved in his previous life. At least it doesn't need to be artificially driven by him, the captain. Basked in the sun so big overhead. He was already sweating profusely by now. Another row of about 5 or 6 nautical miles. Just when Qin Tian was out of breath, he finally saw the brown wooden barrel floating obliquely on the sea level in the distance. I finally saw the supplies. It's not easy, I thought God Qin, would not gain anything this morning. I hope there will be something to eat and drink inside. At noon, World of Warships is extremely hot. Without water and food to replenish physical strength, it is easy for people to decline. Indeed, the resources in the early days of World of Warships are really too scarce, and the climate is also unpredictable. It is necessary to make a rainproof wooden shed as soon as possible or use the boat canopy blueprint to make a regular boat canopy. See the barrel. The viewers in the live broadcast room were even more excited than Qin Tian. Muningxiu even folded her hands on her chest, praying very devoutly that Qin Tian could provide useful supplies. On the sea. After Qin Tian saw the floating wooden barrel, there is also a sudden surge of strength in the body. The wooden paddle flew up to the material barrel. Set the wood pulp aside. He picked up the crude fishing net. After a little tidying up, it was directly covered towards the wooden barrel. Then, with 3 times, 5 times, and 2 divisions, it was uploaded to the skillful internet. I found a common material wooden barrel, please open it open. Qin Tian chose to agree without hesitation. Congratulations to the captain for getting 10 bottles of drinking water, 10 pieces of bread, and low-quality wood plus 1 with the announcement of Blue Star's wool, it ended. The brown wooden barrel disappeared. All that was left was 10 bottles of mineral water, 10 bags of ordinary buns, and a rectangular plank with holes in it on the raft. Food and water. Very common harvest. But saving a little bit can save him from starving for 4 or 5 days. No time wasted. After unscrewing a bottle of water and drinking most of it in one go, Qin Tian picked up the wood pulp again. Continue to draw in the direction of another barrel. This is because there is a shark icon in the middle. He also deliberately adjusted the direction and drew a semicircle to avoid the shark. After putting the second barrel on the net, Qin Tian took out 10 ordinary flax and 10 potatoes from it. And a piece of poor quality wood. This harvest made Qin Tian quite satisfied. Linen is one of the main materials for building upgrades. Potatoes are also delicious when baked. The most important thing is that if he can grow a living, then he has a continuous source of food. But right now he has no soil in his hands. We can only see if we can find it in the next few days. At this time, the time has come to noon. The clear sun in the sky is getting hotter. The vicious ultraviolet rays just shone on Qin Tian's body without any shielding. It made him feel as if he was in a big furnace. In this situation, Qin Tian didn't dare to do strenuous activities anymore. Unscrew the cap and drink the remaining half bottle of water. After carefully putting away the empty bottle, he lay on his back on the raft. Open the chat channel and watch it. It's so hot, any big guy, please give me a bottle of water. Are you Sheila Z upstairs? After watching the Space-Time live broadcast for so long, don't you know that in World of Warships, all materials are exchanged at the same price, or even at a high price? Brothers, someone help me. Those 2 sharks have already started attacking my raft. I feel like I'm going to get really cold soon. Go upstairs with peace of mind. Although your luck is a bit out of luck, it is also normal in World of Warships. How can there be an undead chooser in the novice period? 1/3 of deaths are the norm. Oh, I'm really speechless. I opened 2 wooden barrels, but they were all materials. There was no water or food. I feel like I'm dying of thirst now. See here. Qin Tian silently unscrewed a bottle of water. He raised his head and filled another half bottle with a sudden pause. Comfortable. It seems that we have to search for a few more wooden barrels in the afternoon. In the early days, food and water were hard sells. If I use my divine detective technique well, it can allow you to establish a considerable advantage in the early stage. After planning the next course of action, Qin Tian immediately cast his eyes on the raft under him with great playfulness. I don't know that it is under the detection of divine detective technique. Will my raft have different attribute changes? Think here. He used divine detective technique on his own raft. Name, ordinary raft, small, health volume, 100 attack, 0 defense, 15 ordinary advancement, low quality wood 20, low quality flax 20, low quality nails 20, can be advanced to ordinary rafts, medium sized, high quality goods advanced, ordinary wood 12, ordinary linen 9, ordinary nails 15, can be advanced into high quality rafts, medium sized, advanced advancement, high quality wood 10, high quality linen 8, high quality nails 12, can be advanced to the best raft, medium sized. The new book is released, please support the readers. Chapter 5 Discover the Treasure Chest. When you see boutique advanced and advanced. A trace of bewilderment flashed across Qin Tian's face. I haven't heard of these 2 advanced concepts in World of Warships. In order to confirm my conjecture, he opened the properties panel of the raft in the normal way. Sure enough, the previous ones are the same. Only there is no subsequent boutique and advanced routes. Obviously. The only talent at the SSS level divine detective technique opened up 2 additional routes for him to advance to higher quality ships. This discovery made Qin Tian's heart suddenly overwhelmed with excitement. World of Warships, World of Warships. Battleships are the mainstream theme in this world. It is the root of the chosen one. If I am a lot stronger than others every time the battleship is advanced. Over time, the success rate of one's own rise will increase by 10 or even dozens of times. For a moment, the excited Qin Tian couldn't care less about the bright sun above his head. Turn over and sit up. Pick up the paddle and start paddling. In the studio, many people from the Yanlong Empire who saw the scene were immediately moved. The anchor really worked too hard. Fortunately, it's already past 3 o'clock, and the sun is not the hottest. Indeed, I just took a look at it, and many gods chosen fell asleep on the raft. Normally, most of the gods chosen are like this when they haven't built sunshade items. After all, World of Warships is not a virtual game. In case of heat stroke or illness, the consequences will be disastrous. Qin Shen is really working too hard, he should rest when he should. Many people in the live broadcast room felt distressed for Qin Tian's hard work. According to the display of the map, Qin Tian rode all the way for about an hour. Finally, he saw the shadow of the 3rd material barrel. And as the raft continued to approach, on the very edge of the map, a green treasure chest icon slowly appeared. Treasure chest? When you see this treasure chest icon, an overjoyed look immediately appeared on Qin Tian's face. Although the distance is a bit far, but it can't hold back that the treasure chest has more abundant materials. The quality is higher. Shaving the head and grinding the ball is right. Qin Tian was thinking about the treasure chest in his heart, while rowing the raft to the side of the material barrel. A net caught it up. I found a common material wooden barrel, please open it open. Congratulations to the captain for getting 10 stones, 10 pieces of rags, and low quality wood +1 although not the desired food and water. But rags are the main material for synthetic rope. The rope is also an important material with a wide range of uses in the early days. So it's not disappointing either. Use 10 stones larger than your own head to form a circle in the middle of the raft. Then put all the materials that came out and put them inside for protection. Qin Tian continued rowing. Go towards the location of the bronze treasure chest. Supernatural detective technique. The detectable range is 30 nautical miles. And the bronze treasure chest just appeared from the edge of the map. Converted into kilometers, the distance in the middle is almost 55 kilometers or a little more. Although the Nava Sea area of World of Warships is also very vast. But Qin Tian still had a hard time guaranteeing that no other god chosen would discover this treasure chest and take it away. So he didn't dare to delay at all. It was almost like rowing the oars non-stop. Even when approaching the destination, they encountered a material point with dozens of boards floating. He didn't even stop to fish. The value of a treasure chest. But it is much higher than these inferior woods. Holding paddles with both hands, paddling abruptly from the afternoon to the rising of the bright moon. Finally, it was before the other chosen ones found this bronze treasure chest. By the moonlight, I saw the square treasure box emitting a faint green fluorescence from a distance. Just look at the bronze treasure chest. Qin Tian was both worried and pleasantly surprised. What's sad is that there is a huge black dorsal fin hovering next to the treasure chest. Obviously, this treasure chest is guarded by a shark. And pleasantly surprised. This kind of treasure chest is guarded by sea beasts. The things inside are often higher level and richer than normal treasure chests of the same level. In the studio, everyone who saw the scene couldn't help talking. Wow, it's actually a treasure chest. God Qin is about to flourish. Fat Jill, don't you see a shark swimming next to the treasure chest? Of course I saw it, but only this kind of treasure chest guarded by sea beasts can open good things. But the problem is, the size of this shark is not small, it is estimated to be at least 6 or 7 meters, so how can Qin Tian get the bronze treasure chest? Even Mu Ningxiu couldn't hold back and sent a barrage. She was worried and anxious again. I'm afraid that my man's head will get hot. Row up directly on the raft to snatch the bronze treasure chest. Even though she is busy with work, she rarely watches live broadcasts. I also know that this kind of sea beast guarding the treasure chest is often more advanced and fierce than ordinary sea beasts. At this moment, Qin Tian looked at the shark's dorsal fin constantly swimming around. With a move of his mind, he cast divine detective technique towards the opponent. Name, Great White Shark. Health volume, 300. Look at the 300 HP. Qin Tian couldn't help but fixate his eyes. Good guy, 300 blood bars. This guy is an elite monster. After weighing the pros and cons, Qin Tian still gave up the idea of rushing to snatch the treasure chest. Not to mention whether it will be dragged into the water by the shark and eaten in one bite. In case there is no weapon in the treasure chest, then he is next. There is a high probability that they can only wait to die. So play it safe. Qin Tian decided to make some weapons first. He had a thought. Summon the crafting panel given to the chosen by World of Warships. His eyes glanced at the high-end items such as water purifiers, distillers, and barbecue grills that were dimmed due to the lack of blueprints. He set his eyes directly on the most basic tools and weapons that were lit. Such as ropes, nails, low-quality wooden spears and hammers. Among them, the low-quality wooden spears received his most attention. He has the talent of must-hit. Best suited for these assault weapons that can be thrown from a distance. Item, inferior wooden spear attack, 2 durability, 100 crafting requirements, inferior wood 1 immediately afterwards. Qin Tian used divine detective technique to check. Item, inferior wooden spear attack, 2 crafting requirements, inferior wood 1 ordinary advancement, inferior wood 2, can be advanced into a javelin quality advancement, ordinary wood 2, stone 1, can be advanced into a stone spear advancement, high quality wood 1, metal 1, can be advanced to spear. Chapter 6. Everything is ready, ready to hunt. Look at these three evolutionary scenarios. After Qin Tian thought about it, straight oars turned the raft around. The piece of material floating with wooden boards that I saw when I came and went rushed to it. What? Why did God Qin turn around and leave? Is the treasure chest gone? Nonsense, I don't have any weapons in my hand, how can I use them? Do you want to beat that big shark with your fist? Do you still remember the piece of poor quality wood supplies that the anchor saw when he came? At that time, I wondered why the anchor didn't go to salvage it. Now it seems that the anchor should have known that there is a treasure chest here, and was in a hurry at that time. I'll go, can't I? How did God Qin know that there was a treasure chest here? Have you forgotten the only SSS level talent that the anchor has awakened? Although the anchor did not release the details panel for us to see, but now it seems that the talent skill can explore the details of the surrounding materials in all likelihood. My God, I didn't realize it until you said that. I was happy during the day that God Qin had good luck, and he actually salvaged 3 material wooden barrels. Now it seems that this is not good luck. It is clear that God Qin knew the material wooden barrels a long time ago. Where? I knock, then this is too top. Doesn't it mean that God Qin doesn't have to worry about lack of resources in the future? Don't look at Qin Tian running around on the raft now, it's very hard. But take the long view. When Qin Tian upgrades the raft into a ship that can be propelled by propellers, the speed of collecting materials is absolutely so fast that I dare not even think about it. How about other God-chosen ones can only encounter treasure chests aimlessly on the sea and relying on luck? But Qin Tian was able to see exactly where the treasure chest was as if he had opened a god's perspective. This difference is simply the difference between 0 Krypton players and several 648 players. And Muningxiu was also shocked after seeing the chat content in the chat channel. Doesn't that mean Qin Tian will soon be able to upgrade the raft? Then wouldn't her and her daughter's illnesses be relieved or even cured soon? At this moment, Muningxiu looked at her daughter who had fallen asleep in her arms because of the relief of the illness. It just felt like life suddenly became brighter. World of Warships. Qin Tian paddled the raft and soon came to the resource point he had seen before. I saw dozens of boards floating on the sea, large and small, of different lengths, undulating with the waves of the sea. Qin Tian rowed the raft directly. Grab a piece of wood with your hands and pick it up. Congratulations to the captain for getting low-quality wood +1. Here the broadcast of Blue Star's wool. Qin Tian didn't hesitate any longer. Paddle the raft and collect all the planks one by one. A total of 42 low-quality planks. This amount can be regarded as a sudden wealth on the first day of entering World of Warships. For many people, the material on the raft is still in the single digits. Qin Tian opened his inventory to check the supplies. Drinking water, 8 bottles empty bottles, 2 bread, 7 bad wood, 45 pieces common flax, 10 servings potatoes, 10 stone, 10 pieces rags, 10 pieces. Looking at the abundant supplies, I don't know how many times more than the first day of the previous life. The corner of Qin Tian's mouth slightly raised a happy arc. Then combine it with your current situation. He first opened the crafting panel. After combining 8 pieces of low-quality wood into 4 pieces of normal wood in the synthesis panel, he used the 4 pieces of ordinary wood plus 2 stones in the production panel to make 2 stone spears. Immediately afterwards, he used the remaining 38 pieces of inferior wood to make 19 javelins. When Qin Tian extracted these weapons, one by one placed on the raft, the live broadcast room exploded in an instant. I'm going, what's the situation? God Qin, is this a wooden spear? But why do I feel that these wooden spears are a little different? Get rid of the feeling upstairs, didn't you see that the heads of 2 of the guns are made of stone? Also, why do I feel like a javelin in that row of neatly arranged spears? I knock, Can the rookie chosen make stone spears and javelins? How come I don't recall any newbies being able to craft these weapons? You are stupid. Can other gods chosen compare with Qin Shen? When you are an SSS level, the only talent for detective skills is decoration. Idiot. So what kind of ability is this divine detection technique? The map has been opened. Is it possible to strengthen and upgrade something? Hee hee, you crooked devils, just admit it. In short, everything can be a detective. The only talent you have when you are an SSS is a joke. Qin Tian, who had no idea that he had stunned the audience in the live broadcast room. After placing all the weapons, he picked up a javelin casually and checked the attributes. Item, javelin attack, 8 durability, 200 crafting requirements, inferior wood 2. After seeing clearly the attributes of the javelin in his hand, Qin Tian's eyes lit up slightly. It actually has 6 more attack damage than the wooden spear. Although the production cost an extra piece of inferior wood, but the damage was totally worth it. I have a total of 19 javelins. Throwing all of them can knock out about half of the great white shark's blood. The remaining half. Qin Tian looked at the more advanced stone spears on the raft. Item, stone spear attack, 2 durability, 300 crafting requirements, common wood 2, stone 1. Looking at the attack power of 22 points, it is 4 or 5 meters long. A flash of determination flashed in Qin Tian's eyes. Chapter 7. A lot of harvest, the treasure box is in hand. Although there is a high probability that the current self will not be able to withstand the attack of great white shark. But just be careful with yourself. In a few seconds, you can stab the opponent 6 to 7 times with a stone spear. That victory is yours. Think like this. Qin Tian swung his oars and rowed towards the bronze treasure chest again. Wealth and wealth are sought in insurance. It's not like they haven't dealt with this kind of shark and sea beast in the last life. It must be fine. I kept hypnotizing myself to cheer myself up. Soon, Qin Tian paddled the raft to a few tens of meters away from the bronze treasure chest. He gripped a javelin in his right hand. Hold the remaining 18 in your arms with your left hand. After taking a rough look at the location of the great white shark, the talent skill must hit was activated directly. Whoosh whoosh, the 3 javelins successively drew a beautiful arc in midair. Then luckily all of them hit. It can be seen that 3-8 damages floated above the head of the big shark. Certainly. Only Qin Tian can see this value. The javelin pierced the opponent's huge body. The sea area suddenly turned scarlet. And with Qin Tian's attack, then great white shark also entered the fighting state. A 276/300 scarlet blood bar appeared above his head. To be attacked so suddenly, the great white shark swung its powerful tail. The speed then swam towards Qin Tian quickly. Qin Tian, who had been prepared for a long time, did not change his face. The 3-second skill cooldown expires. Immediately, 3 more javelins were thrown out. When the great white shark that was almost tied into a hedgehog came to Qin Tian covered in blood. When he bit the plank in the upper right corner of the raft with a frenzied bite. There are still 6 javelins in Qin Tian's hand. And 2 of the projected ones did not deal damage because of the 60% hit rate. Look at the remaining 212 HP. Qin Tian couldn't help feeling helpless. This is why the plan cannot keep up with the changes. He had thought of throwing all his javelins before the shark got close. Who would have thought that he overestimated the quality of his current body? But it's too late to say anything now. For my wife and children. He will never allow himself to die here. Whoosh whoosh, there is no need to use any talent skills at close range. Straightforwardly, he threw the last 6 javelins in his face on the jaws for it. After playing 48 points of damage, he quickly picked up a stone spear on the raft. While the opponent was crazily tearing at the board, he subconsciously stabbed it deeply into the eyes of this great white shark. Immediately, Blood sprayed. A high damage of -38 floated up from above his head. Qin Tian was stunned for a moment. Immediately reacted. This is an attack on the vital point. In the last life, I used ship crossbows to fight ship guns for a long time. He actually forgot about the extra damage that can be dealt by attacking the vital points of sea beasts. Just when Qin Tian wanted to make another 2 cuts, there was only a crisp sound of click. But the 1-meter square plank in the upper right corner of the raft was crushed abruptly. Seeing that the great white shark that was almost tied into a hedgehog dived into the sea and swam for a half arc. With a flick of its tail, it rushed to the front of the raft and bit another piece of wood behind it. Qin Tian grabbed the stone spear in his hand and charged forward. There are only 9 planks in the raft. A piece has just been bitten into pieces. If this is broken into 2 or 3 pieces, then he will have a lot of fun. After a fierce battle with guns like dragons and sacrifices of life and death, Qin Tian was finally before the third board broke. Throwing the stone spear in his hand ended the great white shark in the sea. The body of the great white shark was found. Do you want to collect it? At this time, the reminder of the will of the planet suddenly sounded in Qin Tian's ears. Qin Tian chose collect without saying a word. He wanted to see if this great white shark was an elite monster. Congratulations to the captain for obtaining 130 units of premium shark meat boutique great white shark teeth 60 PCS. Watch as a pile of meat slices and a small pile of sharp teeth suddenly appear on the raft. Qin Tian raised the corner of his mouth in satisfaction. It really is an elite monster. You must know that meat with the word exquisite is often a good food that can be eaten directly. Even if you eat it raw, you don't have to worry about infections such as parasites and bacteria. Moreover, elite shark meat does not have the smell of urine like ordinary shark meat. As for the teeth of these great white sharks, don't look at the seemingly useless now, but after a while when making some advanced ship equipment. But it is an indispensable material. Qin Tian happily picked up the oar and rowed the raft to the bronze treasure chest. After it was salvaged with a net, immediately, he rowed the raft and quickly left this place of right and wrong. The previous great white shark was almost turned into a hedgehog by his javelin. I don't know how far the bloody smell on my body has spread. In case a few more bloodthirsty sharks are attracted, then he wouldn't have to struggle. Play GG directly and wait for death. And in the live broadcast room, thousands of Yanlong people who watched were also so excited by Qin Tian's thrilling performance that they didn't dare to breathe. Until Qin Tian fished out the treasure chest, they cheered excitedly. 666, this wave of operation is absolutely perfect. I hunted and killed a great white shark on the first day after entering. Even the first few generations of God's chosen didn't have such a record. I can only say that the sky will not perish for my Yanlong Empire. I only hope that with the beginning of God Qin, the curse can be broken, so that the subsequent gods of our Yanlong Empire can awaken powerful talents. Qin Shen's wave is definitely going to take off, not to mention the rich supplies in the bronze treasure chest. Just the 130 units of high-quality shark meat can be exchanged for a lot of urgently needed items at this early stage. That's also what the anchor bought with his life. It has to be put on the body of an ordinary captain. Either he turns his head and leaves, or he runs up to die. I don't know what good things Qin Shen will open from the treasure chest. I hope it's a weapon. The high attack ship crossbow paired with Qin Shen's 3-shot, it's simply a magic skill. Chapter 8, Putting on Sale High-Quality Shark Meat. After Qin Tian rowed the raft for 5 or 6 nautical miles. Only then did it stop. With scorching eyes, he looked at the treasure chest next to him, which was glowing with a faint blue light. As he started to uncover the lid of the treasure chest, the voice of the planets will began to ring out one after another. Congratulations to the captain for obtaining a green quality ordinary ship crossbow ×1. Congratulations to the captain for obtaining the ordinary water purifier blueprint ×1. Congratulations to the captain for obtaining 20 ordinary metal pieces. Congratulations to the captain for obtaining 20 ordinary rags with the disappearance of the bronze treasure chest. Immediately, a bronze-colored bed crossbow similar to an ancient siege crossbow and 2 small piles of supplies appeared on the raft. There is a blueprint under one of the piles of supplies. What is a wave of fat? This is. Even the green quality ship crossbow is out of the 1-month novice area. In the early stage, it was extremely precious equipment. Not to mention the drawings of water purifiers that are still in demand after 3 years. This is definitely the most important strategic resource in World of Warships. Looking at the broken raft with only 7 planks left, Qin Tian decided to upgrade the raft first. Otherwise, we will encounter sea beasts like great white shark at night. Kakakaka gave his raft a few more pieces. Then he has no place to cry. There are several painful lessons from the previous life. He knows how important it is to be prepared for danger in this world of warships and prevent problems before they happen. Put away that precious blueprint. Qin Tian first opened the chat interface. I want to see how the food market is doing now. As soon as the result is opened, I saw the wailing above. I haven't eaten for a day, and I'm about to die of starvation. Any big guy, please give me a piece of bread. I'm willing to give him a cow or a horse. I have food but no water. Can I exchange 2 bottles of water for 1 piece of bread? Upstairs, you are probably thinking about farts. A person who does not eat for a week may not starve to death, but in this environment exposed to the sun during the day, if he does not drink water for 3 days, he will definitely die of thirst. Everyone has watched the Time Space live broadcast for 2 years. Who are you fooling around here? In a word, can you exchange a bottle of water for 2 breads? Change, big brother, hurry up and trade, I'm dying of thirst. Certainly. It's not that everyone's face is black and there is no gain. In the Great Cold Empire, a stick named Qiu Mingji salvaged a gold-level material treasure box. Envious of the countless god chosen in the chat channel. There are also some people who have issued precious drawings. The value is also good. Qin Tian looked at it for a while. I have a general idea of the current market price of materials in my heart. Then say nothing. He opened the trading market of World of Warships. Take out 10 units of high-quality shark meat and put it on the market at a price 10% higher than the market price. Don't look at the space-time live broadcast that everyone has watched for several years. But enter the World of Warships. Materials that should be scarce in the early days are still scarce. Especially meat, a food that is resistant to hunger. It is easier to be sought after. 10 units of high-quality shark meat, each unit can be exchanged for 30 units of low-quality wood with the sale of shark meat. It didn't take long for someone in the chat channel to notice this. Oh, those who buy karma, someone has listed high-quality shark meat in the trading market. What? Washing kelp, how did this guy kill the elite monster Jaws? WTF, how is it possible? That is an elite sea beast guarding the treasure chest. Even if I have a bed crossbow, I have to avoid it at this stage. I want to buy it, but there are not enough resources. Ordinary shark meat tastes terrible, but this high-quality shark meat seems to taste pretty good. I checked, the owner of the sale is Qin Tian. This name seems to be the name of Yanlong Empire, right? I knock, are Yanlong actually produced such a fierce man? Boss Qin Tian, for the sake of fellow Yanlong compatriots, please help me drink a bottle of water. Me too, Mr. Qin Tian, my awakened talent is a sea-level talent, I will definitely repay you when I develop in the future. Yurdle at Qin Tian, Yanlong people, is there a bed crossbow in the treasure chest you opened? I can trade with you for materials. For these boring words and private messages. Qin Tian was too lazy to bother. Instead, all attention is focused on the interface of the trading market. Initially, food and drinking water were scarce. He believes that there are tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of God's chosen. There are always 10 people who are willing to exchange poor quality wood for life-saving food at this critical moment. And it is true. It's just 7 or 8 breaths. The 10 units of high-quality shark meat he hung up were sold out. In the World Chat channel, countless rookies and the chosen ones were all going crazy. What the hell? Why is there no peace? I just hesitated for a second, and you all snatched it up. Oh, shit. The high-quality shark meat that can be eaten raw is my favorite, and you guys are too quick. God Amaterasu, how did this person from the Yanlong Empire manage to defeat the elite monsters against the strong on the first day? The elite monsters in the Nava Sea area need medium and large rafts to be able to resist, at least. Oh, what? Sakura, who is living a good life, has an opinion? In this wave, my Yanlong Empire is destined to rise. Hee, don't be ridiculous, it took only 2 years to have such a capable captain, you Yanlong Empire thought you could turn around. That's right, our Lighthouse Empire is destined to be Blue Star's savior and the unique overlord of this world. No matter how hard you Yanlong Empire works, you can't change this fact. Humph, it's just a Yanlong clown with a little luck, maybe he's finished before he even reaches the novice stage. Ha ha ha, that's true. Chapter 9. At the beginning of the grand plan, Hordit, there was a lot of ridicule in the World Chat channel. And much the same is true of the outside world. In the chat channel of the Time-Space Live Room, the number of viewers who originally only had more than 1,000 people also began to climb rapidly. It quickly reached 50,000 to 60,000 people. And it keeps going up. Is this the Qin Tian from the Yanlong Empire? How did the raft break like this? Oh, who the hell? This Yanlong man actually has so many high-quality shark meat. Can anyone tell me how did Qin Tian kill the elite shark? Also, did the stone spear with a stone tip in his hand come from opening a treasure chest? Idiot. The chosen one of the Yanlong Empire is too greedy. There is so much shark meat and it is so expensive. He has no spirit of helping each other at all. Looking at these avatars, it is obvious that the chat speeches of Gentiles. The audience of Yanlong Kingdom in the live broadcast room couldn't bear it any longer. Love to look at it, don't look at it. That is, the time for today's live broadcast is coming soon, don't disturb my mood. The spirit of helping each other, you Sakura devils are too embarrassed to mention this to us? Humph, a group of goddamn foreign thieves, double standard dogs. Also help each other, I bought, help Nima. That's right, don't insult the word mutual help and mutual assistance. If it weren't for your gods chosen to set up a Eurasian Federation to target us and kill thousands of gods chosen in my Yanlong Empire, I would almost believe it. Up. For the chat content of the Space-Time Live Broadcast Room, Qin Tian naturally has no way of knowing. But after seeing the chat content of World of Warships, there was a cold murderous intent in his eyes. These foreign devils really make people angry. The reason why Yanlong Empire's current situation has become so passive. It is inseparable from these foreign devils. In the past 2 years, only the chosen ones of the Yanlong Empire died at their hands. At least there are thousands of people. Among them are many of the older generation of God's chosen who have awakened S-level and SS-level top talents from previous generations. They have all evolved rafts to the point of destroyers and even cruisers. But after being found a location, it was still impossible to escape the end of being besieged and killed. You must know that these God-chosen people are bound to 2 or 3 God-favored people. Each of them lost one person. The bound God-favored person will lose his extraordinary ability and completely become an ordinary person. Thousands of chosen died. It means that the Yanlong Empire has lost 10,000 or even 20,000 backbone forces that can resist alien creatures. One can imagine what a huge loss this is. And now these foreign dogs actually want to kill him in the Nava Sea territory. This somewhat insulted his natural skills. He wants to see who will kill who by then. It really pissed him off. Open the map and hunt all over the world. Not to mention total annihilation. But it shouldn't be a problem to reduce the number of the Eurasian Federation's god chosen by 40 to 50%. Okay. Not to mention. This thing seems to be really messed up. Ships that defeat other gods chosen can randomly get half of the opponent's supplies as spoils of war. If you want to rise quickly, you can do this when you upgrade to a fishing boat. It's all about earning extra money. Qin Tian's eyes were shining with excitement. Just want to do this step. It is essential to upgrade the raft into a ship. Think here. He immediately turned his attention to the trading market. With the thought, open the mall panel. I can only see it in my 300 pieces of low-quality wood are being stored quietly inside. This made Qin Tian's face involuntarily reveal an excited smile. In his previous life, he was in his 3rd year. Only after upgrading the ship to a frigate did I get so many supplies at once. And this life. This is just the beginning. He has already accomplished what he could only accomplish in the 3rd year of his previous life. Originally, he wanted to advance the raft to a high-quality level. But now with this 300 bad wood, he felt that it would be no problem to challenge the advanced difficulty. After all, it is a treasure that concerns one's own wealth and life. It would be great to be able to advance higher and stronger. So he said nothing. Take out 20 units of high-quality shark meat and put it on the trading market again. 10 units of high-quality shark meat, each unit can be exchanged for 20 units of low-quality metal. 10 units of high-quality shark meat, each unit can be exchanged for 30 units of inferior flax. It takes about a few seconds to hang up. Someone discovered it, and it became a hot topic in the chat channel. I'll go, the big brother has put up high-quality shark meat again, but unfortunately I can't afford it. Oh, dog s, 1 unit can be exchanged for 20 metal or 30 linen, which is too expensive, why not grab it? Yeah, these Yanlong people are profiteers. Although premium shark meat tastes good and can fill you up, 20 metal and 30 flax is really unreasonable at this early stage. Heh, tell us the price is reasonable now. Wasn't it the people from the Eurasian Federation who first started selling food and water at high prices? It's also called World of Warships, which is a paradise for capitalists, and survivors deserve to be exploited. How? Now it's your turn to be exploited? TCH, can the inferior Yanlong people be like us? It's nothing more than a few bites, you can't starve to death without eating for 3 days. My brothers in the Great Eurasian Federation have shown their strength. As long as we can resist for 2 or 3 days, this Yanlong will definitely sell the shark meat at a reduced price before it stinks. Brothers upstairs, don't mislead the friendly army. The high-quality food in World of Warships can be preserved well even if it is stored for a week. Chapter 10. The ship crossbow can also be advanced. Of course, Qin Tian also saw all the remarks in the World Chat channel. It's just that he doesn't care much about it. Every time World of Warships selects gods chosen, there are either tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands. How could so many people be influenced by one sentence? Even the chosen one of the Eurasian Federation. In the face of interests, they all have their own ghosts. And in fact it is just such a short time. The premium shark meat he posted has already sold 3 units. I believe it won't take long. 20 units of high-quality shark meat will be sold out. Leave it alone. Qin Tian opened the ship properties. Get ready to fix your own raft. The ship is incomplete. Even if resources are sufficient, it is impossible to upgrade and modify ships. Name, Ordinary Raft, Small, damage reparable health volume, 60/100 attack, 0 defense, 10/15 advanced, 20 low quality wood, 20 low quality linen, 20 low quality nails, can be advanced to ordinary rafts, medium sized. Look at the properties panel. Qin Tian was familiar with the road, so he chose the next repair. Repairing a small raft requires 8 pieces of low quality wood. Do you want to repair it? Qin Tian looked back and forth. After choosing a place, all the 300 pieces of low quality wood in the trading market were extracted. Then confirm the fix. With the disappearance of 8 pieces of inferior wood, the 2 chewed planks of the raft under his feet were quickly repaired automatically. Restored to its original condition. Looked at the trading market again. After seeing that another unit of high-quality shark meat was traded out, he shook his head, too lazy to wait any longer. Facing the green quality ship crossbow, he chose to use it. Would you like to install the green quality ship crossbow? Qin Tian chooses yes. Please select the location where you want to place the crossbow. Without even thinking about it, Qin Tian directly chose to place it in the middle. Anyway, this guy can move at any time. Put it somewhere safe first. Finished with his okay. The bowed crossbow, which looked like an ancient siege crossbow, was firmly fixed on the wooden board in the middle of the raft. Qin Tian used divine detective technique to investigate the ship's crossbow. If this thing can also be advanced, the effect and benefits on him will be unimaginable. Item, common ship crossbow quality, green attack, 1/8 range, 150 meters durability, 300 requirement. For every unit of low quality wood consumed, 3 crossbow arrows can be fired. Ordinary advancement, 20 low quality wood, 20 low quality nails, which can be advanced to a blue advanced ship crossbow. Premium advancement, ordinary wood 15, ordinary nails 15, can be advanced into a purple epic ship crossbow. Advanced advancement, high quality wood 10, high quality nails 15, can be advanced into an orange legendary ship crossbow. When you see the 3 advanced roots emerging from the back, Qin Tian couldn't help showing a hint of excitement in his eyes. Sure enough, there are 18 for the initial attack. If it advances to orange weapon, wouldn't it take off directly? You must know that the low-quality wooden spear with an initial attack of only 2 has an attack power of 22 after advancing to a mid-range high-quality stone spear. Then how much will the attack power of this bowed crossbow with an initial attack of 18 increase to the highest level of orange weapons? Not sure of his attack on this raft. At that time, he will be able to withstand the attack of his frigate in the previous life. As for the need to consume 1 low-quality wood for every 3 arrows, Qin Tian didn't pay much attention to it. The consumption of ship equipment is like this. The further you go, the more money you burn. It is normal. And at this moment, all the outsiders who were watching the live broadcast saw the virtual screen in front of them suddenly go black. Then nothing can be seen. After many people sighed, they began to chat in the chat channel of the live broadcast room as usual. Oh, it's 10 o'clock again, I'm going to sleep, I have to go to work tomorrow. I really hope that our Yanlong Empire can rise up a few powerful gods chosen this time. I always feel that alien creatures are attacking our empire more and more powerfully. Normal, otherwise, why do you think the countries of the Eurasian Federation are so keen to follow the Lighthouse Empire to suppress us? Isn't it to reduce our strength and make those alien bastards think that we are soft persimmons, so they should pinch us tightly first? Gan. It's no wonder that the people of the Eurasian Federation are becoming more and more ruthless towards our god chosen in World of Warships. The emotional reason is here. Didn't you find out that the territories of some countries in the Eurasian Federation haven't suffered from large-scale attacks by extraterrestrial detritus in recent months? Well, it depends on Qin God. With Qin God's talent, once he rises up, the gods he binds are absolutely invincible. Speaking of which, who is the godly person bound by God Qin? Although the ability of the gods does not require much protection from the state, but the gods bound by God Qin's talent should attract the attention of the empire, right? And the truth is as they say. With Qin Tian selling high-quality shark meat, he made his mark in the world of warships. The extraordinary department of the empire that was in charge of world of warships quickly locked in Qin Tian's identity, and sent all his information to the high-level hands. After rigorous verification, after confirming that Qin Tian and Muningxiu are not crooked spies, for Muningxiu and Qin Xiaoxiu's benefits, the higher authorities also sent them overnight to the administrative department of Zhongzhou City where they were located. And Muningxiu doesn't know this yet. After seeing that the live broadcast room automatically closed at 10 o'clock, she looked at the simple bedroom that looked a bit deserted because of the lack of Qin Tian. He sighed rather sadly. Then take a shower. I went to bed with my daughter in my arms and turned off the lights and went to sleep.